Yesterday, what happened in court is a clear case of when a judge assumes or replaces a prosecutor and execute orders from above. A judge who is supposed to be an independent arbiter. Ladies and gentlemen, the arrest of and remand of Baba Amando is a state-sponsored political abduction disguised as law enforcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we condemn the abuse of judicial power to criminalize free speech and oppress dissent. And let me give you the facts. Baba Amando is the communications officer for the New Patriotic Party in the Sunyani East constituency. And just this weekend, we went for a funeral, myself, General Secretary, and a host of other party people. Baba Amando was present. And he mentioned to the General Secretary and my good self that he's been invited by Ghana Police he's been invited by the Regional Police Command in Bono region. He was not told of the particulars of this invitation. Then General Secretary directed that I call the former Deputy Attorney General, Honorable Tia, Yeboah Tia. I did so. So Monday, 13th April 2026, he went with Lawyer Tia. And just when he went there, interestingly, the police command in the Bono region said they did not know anything. They have no idea. They don't have any clue of such an invitation. In fact, they were even surprised. Their constituency chairman accompanied them, the deputy organizer, a host of party executives in the region accompanied Baba Amando. So they were there for a couple of minutes. The police insisted that they have not invited him. They don't know anything about it. Then just when they were leaving the premises, then the police rushed, came back, called them, and then they said that, oh, they have been given some directives from above. And that he is not actually needed in Bono region, but he is rather needed in Accra. So the orders are that they must arrest him. They arrested him without mentioning the charges or reasons for his arrest to him. And they just bundled him into a car, and for 8 hours, they drove from Sunyani to Greater Accra. But the Honorable Minority Leader signed the bail bond, and he stood surety for Baba Amando. He was then told to report the following day at 10 a.m. He is law-abiding. So guess what he did? As early as 8 a.m., he was at the premises, and he called me. Yet, upon reporting as directed, Baba Amando was not released. He was then told that there is a different directive. There is a different order from above for him to be rearrested and processed for court. He was bundled to court not on the strength of new evidence, not on the independent judgment of the police, but because a supposed order from above that he should be taken to court 9. What is at this court 9? You recall that this animal farm ruling, you recall, this Idi Amin ruling, it was the same court 9. This is not policing. This is political victimization and harassment using state institution. Friends in the media, in court, I was present, I was there. The perversion and aberration of justice continued. It is instructive to note that the prosecutor, and this is very important, the prosecutor did not oppose to our application for bail. In fact, lawyers representing the accused Baba Amando were the minority leader himself, Osahene Afenyomaken, and MP for Menchia South, Nana Agyeba-Fuewa. Again, let me repeat, the prosecutor did not oppose our bail application. Also, the prosecutor did not apply for a remand. There was no application of remand from the prosecutor. Nothing. After charging Baba Amando with the offense of publishing false news under the guise of posting an AI-generated image of some ministers of state clothed in LGBTQ attire, the court records will show this. Baba Amando's lawyers, I've mentioned, Honorable Afenyomaken and Nana Agyeba-Fuewa, argued extensively and cogently why the judge should grant bail. They demonstrated that with evidence. Despite this, the judge, Justice Joseph Kunsung, Justice Joseph Kunsung, Justice Joseph Kunsung of Circuit Court 9, the same circuit court again, the Animal Farm Court, the Idi Amin Court, abandoned his constitutional role as a neutral arbiter under Article 1251 of 1992 Constitution. The judge descended into the arena, assuming the role of a prosecutor, and I was so sad. Just when lawyers for the accused had made strong argument, put in the application for bail, the prosecution did not oppose. They did not put in any application for remand. Yet, Justice Joseph Kunsung was asking leading questions. So, prosecutors, do you need him for investigation? How long are you going to finish your investigation? In fact, they did not even put any application. Yet, Justice Joseph Kunsung, Justice Joseph Kunsung, you could see that he had a predetermined mind. He had a political mind. And unjustifiably remanded Baba Amando to reappear on the 20th under the guise of interfering police investigation. This is even more absurd. The police arrested him from Sunyani. They brought him all the way from Sunyani to Accra. The police, in their minds, did not say that they needed him for further investigation. But the court, in his ruling, the judge, Justice Joseph Kunsung, in his ruling, he is thinking for the prosecution. And he's telling the prosecution that, hey, even though you don't need this guy for your investigation, I also remand him because you did him. That's exactly what he did. That is exactly what the Justice Joseph Kunsung did. We call out this judge for exercising judicial discretion with politics, not law. Ladies and gentlemen, it may be recalled that it is this same Circuit Court 9 that came up under the intense public criticisms of the infamous Abronye Animal Farm case and Idi Amin, a whole judge quoting, celebrating Idi Amin in Ghana's Republic. Ghana's Republic. And also making references to Animal Farm. And again, I've mentioned, if the police was fortified by their evidence that the accused person was in position to tamper with their investigation, they would not have granted him police bail in the first place. Also, the police would have moved an application for the suspect to be remanded into custody for the fear of tampering with investigation. These undeniable facts contradict the judge's assessment of the facts and render same entirely flawed and not grounded on law and common sense. And honestly, I was surprised. In fact, at a time when even lawyers for the accused had wanted to point out something, the judge said, I've finished my case. You can go on appeal. Unperturbed, predetermined mind. He came with his own agenda. He will not even budge. That is serious and dangerous for our democracy. Dangerous for our democracy. If the courts are now being turned into an arena where political victimization will be executed, will be championed, that is serious for our democracy. And we have come a long way. And sometimes I'm surprised that His Excellency the President, who says that he's champion in protecting our rights, our civil liberties, he is the same president superintending over such unwarranted harassment of political opponents and of people with decent views.